of Fox Sports.
It's the next game. Get our mind fixed now, purely and simply on Houston, and prepare ourselves, because every game's going to be crucial between now and the end of the season. We know it's not going to be an easy game for us, but if we can put a performance similar to one we did in LA, we give ourselves a good chance.
And it's in! And those in black and blue can rejoice again! It is victory again for Minnesota United! With 6 games to go, Minnesota United aim to finish as high as possible and carve their own pathway to prosperity. And plenty with international pedigree return to lend a helping hand to a side chasing history and hysteria. From the cusp of downtown Houston, Texas and BBVA Stadium, it's Houston Dynamo and Minnesota United. And on a day America remembers, the Gensrine weather report reads 86 degrees. Minnesota United are flying at the moment, and victory once again would elevate this football club to a pathway they have yet to experience in Major League Soccer. As we welcome you into BBVA Stadium, Callum Williams alongside Kindra D. St. Aubin. And Kindra, the reason Minnesota United are flying so high at the moment is because of a fabulous run of form and arguably the greatest regular season victory that this side has ever seen in Major League Soccer.
Well, and on the road at LAFC, a place that no Major League Soccer team has gotten a victory in 2019 in MLS play, and it was due to this young man right there, Mason Toye, with a couple absolutely beautiful finishes, makes MLS Team of the Week, deservedly so. Vito Mannone gets his 10th shutout of the season for Minnesota United. And we can talk about Mason Toye's goals, but you got to talk about the play of the entire back line. You got to talk about the play of the midfield. They go on the road, they get the job done, they play as a cohesive unit, a 3-5-2, a 5-3-2, whatever formation you want to call it. Minnesota United, Adrian Heath and his club got the job done.
What of this evening's opponents, Houston Dynamo? I think it's safe to say, Kindra, somewhat of an indifferent season for them.
Inconsistent season for this Houston Dynamo club, and how many times have we said that about different clubs throughout this year, throughout 2019, and they start off just absolutely red hot, on a tear. Wilmer Cabrera has everybody firing on all cylinders in this club. We saw some fantastic goals from players like Mauro Manotas and others, then they just falter, and I think that is part of the reason that they did fire Wilmer Cabrera. It's the inconsistencies. They felt they needed more from this team with the roster that he has.
And a familiar face for Minnesota United fans, Ramirez getting the start here this evening.
Well, and you know what? It's just his 3rd start of the season here for the Houston Dynamo since being traded from LAFC. And of course, Minnesota United fans are going to be excited to see what he can do as long as he doesn't put away any goals in the back of the net. But a huge piece for this Houston Dynamo club as they try to rebuild and go forward into 2019 and 2020.
The Minnesota United starting 11 presented by Allianz looks like this: 4 adjustments and an element of frustration for several of those unavailable today. Darwin Quintero out with a hamstring injury. The likes of Ola Mwembe-Turat and Coleman out of the fray. And in come the likes of Gasper, Finlay, a first MLS start for Chacon on the left-hand side. And Ozzy Alonso comes in for his 300th MLS start.
And welcome back to the lineup here. Ozzy Alonso has not played a minute for Minnesota United since that U.S. Open Cup final in Atlanta. Prior to that, hadn't played since Colorado on August 14th. So welcome back to the lineup. Had a bit of a quad injury, back in full health. Love to see him and Dotson and Gregush together.
The Dynamo put out their 23rd different lineup of the season. In come the likes of DeMarcus Beasley, Thomas Martinez and Mauro Manotas. The backline anchored by the duo of Fuenmayor and Garcia, both with only 13 starts between the two all season in 2019. And Kindra alongside Manotas, Christian Ramirez.
Well, and no Elise and no Kyoto. Those are the key pieces you always see for Houston Dynamo, flying up the wings. But you know what? They still have Manotas up top. The only player in club history to score 10+ goals in 3 straight seasons. Keep an eye on number 9.
Big day for Minnesota United, and an even bigger one arguably for Houston Dynamo. Both sides in need of victory for very different reasons here this evening. Stay with us as the Advocare Countdown to Kickoff continues.